another Good Life video. We are celebrating 3 years in our new home here in Charlotte.
Yeah, closing on it 3 years ago. You know, it's been a long 3 years.
It's been a lot of learning.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun too.
Yes. So we decided to do a pros and cons video on living in Charlotte.
Living in Charlotte.
So an updated video for 2021.
Yep.
I think we did one before.
We did a couple of them.
We did a lot of Charlotte videos. If you hadn't yet checked out the Gooch Life, we have so many videos on Charlotte, life in Charlotte, our podcast, Love Lives Here, how our family loves it here, where we go, what we like to eat, all the fun. Yeah. So check those out. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and hit that notification button so you can get all our newest videos.
So what's the first con?
Jumping right in.
Let's start right with that.
Yes. The first con would be, I think it's racism, diversity. Being a big city, we kind of felt as though it was going to be, so much diversity being in the South. When we came here, we expected it to be more diverse than what it was. There is a lot of different groups of people, but they kind of tend to stick to themselves.
Yeah.
And some of the racism and some of the thought process of people that are, no offense to no one, that are from here originally can be kind of strong and surprising.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a deal breaker dealing with that.
Because it's everywhere.
Yeah, because it's everywhere. You tell people you're moving to North Carolina, it's the South, obviously. But, I mean, it's racism everywhere. They don't care.
Yeah.
It can be in Pennsylvania. It can be in New York.
Our transition here, though, too, was right in the middle of a lot of politics.
Right.
So we saw the end of it where people were blatantly just expressive about how they felt about certain things.
Yeah.
More so than normal. But another thing that we had experienced, me coming from Northern Virginia, it was a transition in my career. Sometimes I felt like it was underappreciated for what I was used to in Northern Virginia. I had to learn to cut back on my skills and be offered less money than I knew I was worth. But that was something that our transition here, it is lower pay for a medical field, like in nursing and medical field employees, you lose pay coming down the South. I took a $14 pay cut moving here from Northern Virginia for my career. And I was willing to do that because my husband was able to transfer.
Lateral transfer.
So he was able to keep the money, yeah.
Keep the money I made. Yeah. That's part of the reason. Just deal with it accordingly. There's not no problem between us. We've been married a long time. We understand finances.
And also, it's the house was cheaper.
Yeah.
So we took
less mortgage.
Yeah. So that's that's a pro.
More property. Yeah.
Pro. Coming from up north, you're gonna buy a house cheaper than, like, for size wise, than what you would get in the north.
Yeah, but we always knew that. But I think we came right at the right time.
Right, because it's going up, y'all.
And there's so many snowstorms that we was gonna go through in Virginia, and we both hated it. I actually tore a car up, and the car never was the same once I wrecked on the highway when it started snowing. North where we came from, it snows.
So you're saying a pro is
we
weather.
We get them nor'easters. Oh yeah.
So next pro is weather.
I ain't seen no more than an inch of snow since we moved here.
Yeah, that's about as much as
and ice. You have to be careful with ice though.
Yeah.
The ice, But
now,
it does
get cold. It does get cold.
Yeah, but it doesn't
Maybe a month, 6 weeks out the winter, it was like freezing cold, like 20s, 10s. But other than that, most of the year, I'd say 10 months out of the year, it's mild.
It does rain a lot though.
A lot of rain and wind.
Yeah, just like we have tonight.
We are filming. My husband going to get some of these shears that's flying all around in our yard. The wind's blowing everything around. It flew. You just moved? Wow. It's about to hit me in the water thing. So much rain, all these weeds done popped up.
Do it again a couple more times.
Yeah, we just put down some weed killer treatments, so hopefully that'll. It's a lot of rain lately. He was out there picking up chairs in the yard.
Beginning of the spring, it's coming,
Yep. So we can bounce up another con because we did two pros. Pro being a cheaper home, cheaper housing.
Right.
Another pro being the weather. Con was diversity. It's not that great, but
a lot of people stuck in their ways from there.
So another con would be
Allergies.
bad allergies.
When I first moved here, I really, I still was working in South Carolina, about an hour and a half from here. So I just thought it was because I worked down there and lived here. And you know, the pollen is different, everything's different. I wasn't used to it. So I had to take pills, my eyes used to water, my ears used to close up.
It's bad, y'all.
It was bad.
It's
Allergies.
pollen covers your car.
I had to
like,
take
every
pills
day.
for at least 6 months.
Right. And we didn't even know some of our kids had allergies until we moved here.
Yeah, right.
It was like, it's if you have allergies at all, be prepared to come and have your medicine ready, because allergies, it makes it 10 times worse living here.
And a lot of people from up north have said that we talked to, the doctors and all the nurses we talked to, they said the same thing, that kids, then what happened to them. So it's pretty normal.
Yeah,
you know?
So just be ready. Allergies are bad down here, y'all. If you
There's
have
a
allergies,
lot of different kind of trees here. It's a lot of different trees. It's a lot of greenery.
Probably because more of the months are milder, they were
Right.
able to sustain their
Right.
pollen a lot longer.
Oh, man.
And it's intense. I mean, you
That's
put your
right.
finger and swoop it up off your car, it's thick.
Yep.
So jumping into another pro would be,
Sports.
they have a lot of options for sports. Yes.
Yeah, they have a minor league baseball team, man. You know, the Charlotte Hornets. We got LaMelo Ball. He just broke his wrist. Crashed it.
Man.
So I was just telling my wife the other day that we had to go to a game. I'm like,
Yes.
we gotta go see him.
Yeah, we need to go to a game.
We know right where it is. We know where the park, everything is fine. It take about 10 minutes to get in? Yeah, but probably with a game night, now that they're easing up with COVID, there'll probably be more traffic, so it'll probably take a little bit more longer. But, you know, actually, I'm a Chicago Bears fan, and they actually had a Chicago Bears sports bar I went to. The whole bar dedicated to them. They played the Panthers, that's why I went. But because of COVID, we couldn't go to the game. The tickets cost too much. But they're big on sports here, and they love the Panthers.
So they have minor league baseball, right?
I think they have professional soccer too. I'm not
soccer,
sure.
hockey.
I think they do.
Yeah, they got hockey.
And there's a lot of entertainers that come in. We saw Mike Epps.
I saw before COVID, Chris Brown.
Yeah.
We went to the concert. Yeah. So before COVID, a lot of people are featured here for concerts.
Right.
It's a lot going on.
It's a lot.
So that's another pro. It's a lot going on for families.
Right.
Transplants are coming in, that we just all over the place going through a lot of things. Going to a lot of places and things. So another pro to add on top of that is the distance between having all those activities. Everything's within 25 to 30 minute drive.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. We are in Charlotte, but we're in southwest Charlotte.
Yeah.
So we're close to South Carolina, so we get the benefits of cheap gas. We go over there and go grocery shopping. And still, we are 25 minutes from uptown Charlotte.
That's
so
where everything happened at. You know,
it's
that's where
like,
the stadium passed by the Panther Stadium on the left. Y'all can see some of the other big buildings too. Over to the left is where the Panthers play. Bank of America Stadium. Yeah, Bank of America. You know.
yeah, I work in uptown. He did, but he just moved to another location.
No, I worked in East Charlotte. That's past uptown.
The city of Charlotte.
I done got spoiled now. I live and work in Southwest Charlotte. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but I still, and then how can I complain? 25 minute
Take me
commute.
17 minutes to get to work, and that's with traffic.
Ain't you fancy? 17
Sure
minutes.
is.
But I can't complain. 25 minutes to get to work. Traffic is okay because I'm off. I work night shift, so
Sometimes we
opposite traffic.
transition. She'll call me on the phone. What's 77 looking like?
Because
And
he's
I can look
coming up.
over and see. But I'm closer, so yeah.
Wah-wah,
She
you're
take the
closer.
shortcut. Sometimes she take the shortcut when it's like an accident or something.
He'll tell me ahead of time. It's bad. I'm like, okay.
Turn on top over.
So that's a plus because, you know, if you want to travel, people don't want to go hours away. I remember in Northern Virginia, like to go into DC, it would take us 45 minutes to an hour, and that's if traffic wasn't bad, and usually it was.
Right.
So having that perk of being 25, 30 minutes away from everything that you can imagine was a plus for us. Yep. A con that we could say was taxes, okay? Everybody says the property taxes on the homes are cheaper. Out of this top 10 cities in North Carolina, Charlotte is the cheapest in property taxes.
Higher in Charlotte than over state sales of 7.25.
7.25. So, what we talking about is sales tax. That's high. So, you know, sales tax meaning go get everything else you need.
Right.
And that's when you're feeling it. Now, they said property taxes are cheaper, but I remember when Cindy could tell you this funny story about registration.
Oh, my God.
He was so mad, y'all.
First of all, I had to switch insurances from the state of Virginia to North Carolina. I think that was like $300. I'm glad I came out here with some money. So then I get in there. They said, my car was already paid for by then. They told me it was like $900 to keep her on there. I said, how much is it to take her off? $700. Well, she ain't that important. You know, go ahead and take her off of there. You know, she know I got the car, she knows mine. You know,
whatever.
Not for all that money.
I was like, I don't care.
By the time I was
you
done,
saving money.
by the time I was in, I told them people I never want to come down here no more.
What they say? People always say
They said people always say that we are not offended. I know you're not offended.
It seemed like the taxes on vehicles are
like so many transportation fees and state of affairs.
And they said they have a lot of road taxes and stuff. But
they're still working on the road.
They always work on the road. Ever since we come down here to visit years and years ago, they've been working on the same road.
For the past 15 years.
Yeah.
They've been working on those. So.
Yeah. And we used to come down to visit his mother in Shelby, and we had to come right through here, and it was the same construction sites on the roads. But it's a lot of growth.
But another pro is you can speed on them roads. The speed limit is 70 miles an hour.
Yeah. So
you can get up there a little bit.
Yeah.
You know.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing. People like to drive fast. You know.
With the traffic, a lot of growth here in the area. Charlotte is booming. People are coming here by swarms.
Right.
Like
Even with COVID.
Even with COVID. Especially now since people can work from home.
Yeah.
You know, they can live anywhere they want. They're finally making those choices. But before, it was still an issue. But Charlotte area, our traffic patterns are like in the morning for a couple hours, maybe 7 to 9, and in the evening from 4 to 6. Those are the heavy traffic patterns. Where we came from, it was traffic all the time.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's a plus. If you know when to go out, if you have to run and do stuff, you know when to go and when not to go. So that's another plus. Yeah. We have more pluses than cons, y'all. Because if you haven't seen any of our videos, we love it here in Charlotte. So.
Yeah, we love it. We love it.
We're not trying to divert you, but we do understand that you want to know the truth and what we experience, so we're trying to give it to you. We need another con.
Petty crimes.
Yeah, there is a petty crime.
Lock your doors.
He said, "You think you live in Mayberry?" It's
I told her that last night.
It just seems so quaint and so southern and so nice here. Well, we got that alert on our neighborhood page that somebody's walking around trying to walk up in people's houses and stuff. Like stuff like that. You be like, really? You be like, what?
Yeah.
And then they're breaking into somebody's cars right across the street from our house, and our neighbor, like directly, it should have picked it up. So she still
hasn't got used to it. It's a lot of petty crimes. It's like they go on sprees. You know, I'm assuming unsupervised young teenagers with nothing else to do but, you know.
Robberies, a lot of
shoplifting, vandalism too.
Yeah.
Breaking people's cars. So lock your car doors if you can.
Yeah, they will steal your stuff real quick. Steal your car too.
Yeah.
We had someone in our community, young daughter, teenage daughter who's driving, had her car stolen, whole car stolen. They got the car back though. But stuff like that, it wasn't where we came from in our neighborhood. I mean, it's Northern Virginia, but it wasn't like right here in our community. So it was something where you feel like you're safe here. It feels like you're homey, but it is stuff really happening outside, right up front your door. Whether you live in a suburb community.
Don't be naive to it, that's all.
And I had an incident coming home from the hospital. I was working. I got off at like 7:30 in the morning, and this guy was walking around the city streets, and he was like, "Yo, B," you know, like looking around because I didn't know who he was talking to. And I looked over because I was wondering, like, who is he yelling the B word at? He was yelling at me, y'all. I had my passenger window down because I was enjoying the air in the morning. He started charging at my vehicle and was about to kick my vehicle. And I said, oh, no.
Yeah, she was real sick up about this.
I was mad. I told my husband, we got to go to the range because I need to learn how to.
There's a lot of ranges and stuff like that, too. So I guess that is.
Yeah. I was like, this dude is crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, because I didn't respond. So it was something I had to get used to.
So this is going to be the last con. It's the driving. These drivers here are
not the greatest.
It's like they try to do bully driving. You know? I'm trying to merge over and be nice. I use my turn signal. You didn't even have to do that. You could have slowed down some and just let me. I'm
No,
not
nobody
used
gonna
to
let
that.
you over.
Then you got to fight for everything you get.
There's no turn signals. There's no common courtesy yields. They're just gonna charge. When they see yield, they're gonna charge for
They
it.
hit you first before that's how stubborn they are.
Yeah, but a lot of, no offense to nobody, a lot of drivers from South Carolina drive this way too.
You see that? No wonder you was driving like that.
Car tow up because they don't have
state
inspection, so you might see a car with 4 wheels, no back door. We're all broke up and they trying to like act like they don't care who they is.
Might not have no windows in the car.
Might not have a back window. It might be tape.
Yeah.
And they taking out everybody in their path.
Don't care.
Yeah, but I'll be whipping. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm aware of my surroundings now. I'll be like getting it. Then I'll be like, okay, you want to do that? I'm getting over here. I'm getting over here. That is the issue. I've seen a lot of that, and I'd be surprised that people don't care. None of the rules matter. Yeah. And during the pandemic, a lot of the traffic went down because a lot of people are working from home. A lot of people are virtually doing stuff. So
virtual school, everything, all this stuff like that. So
definitely a life-changing experience for us with transitioning here.
I'm glad we did it. You know, of course, that's why it's more pros and cons. You know.
Yeah,
we still have visitors from, you know, I have some family here, and she has visitors from her family.
It's always nice to see our family. It helps us kind of get grounded. We miss y'all. Just come here. It's so nice here.
They always have a good time when they come.
The tribe is 6 hours from where we lived in the area. Everybody comes down. They love it. It's nice. You know what I mean? They think it's countrier than what it is, and they'd be surprised. It's like an actual city. It's actual stores everywhere around us.
It's like, actually something to do.
You have a Walmart. I'm like, honey, I ain't gonna live nowhere near there. Ain't gonna be no Walmart.
Everything's always real close to
Target. I ain't that. Nah.
I like your shirt.
Thank you, boo. Okay, so back to what we're saying. So our transition here, if you haven't seen some of our videos,
real good.
Had 9 months here, first with me by myself with the kiddos, and then 2 grown kids in Virginia doing college and finishing up school, some of their schooling there, and then 3 here with me. So he came 9 months later while we waited for a house to get built. So it actually is a celebration this week to mark him coming, because he came this month as well and moved back in with us. And then a couple weeks later, our house was finished. It's the 22nd of March.
Yeah.
So we reunited and our house is finished, and we've been on a roll ever since. We've taken y'all on this journey of loving Charlotte and living life.
They're helping us learn because, you know.
We like to travel, so we want to share all these little places we find along our way. But get with it. And don't forget to watch our podcast.
Got a vacation coming.
Live, see. Oh, don't spill the beans on that.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said that was a teaser.
It's coming. Just check out our podcast, Love Lives Here. We have episodes. We're on episode 5. That was our last one.
Yep.
And that's all about the house buying process. So if you're interested in buying a home, another con I want to add on the end of this is renting. Renting is high. Don't expect to come down here and get no cheaper rent. I mean, for a 1-bedroom, it's ranging from $1,200, $1,400.
It also depends on where you live too.
Yeah. I mean, $900. It could be lower. The lowest I've ever heard was $650 for a 1-bedroom, and it was like a row house kind of type of thing in an all right neighborhood, not the greatest. So if you're like us who was transitioning, wanted to safety wise, want to be in an okay apartment complex, a nicer new apartment complex, it's going to range about $1,200 for a 1-bedroom and up. Renting is not cheap.
Because we had a 3, and it was
$1,700. So you might as well buy a home. I mean, if you plan on being here, if you plan on being here any length of time, you might as well buy it, because you can get a nice house down here for $1,500 a month for rent, $1,600, $1,700 a month for rent. I mean, mortgage, not rent, mortgage. So keep that in mind. We hope you like the videos. Have a great week.
Thank y'all for all the support. We're gonna keep these videos coming.
Yes.
We having fun doing them.
Subscribe.
Like. Thank y'all. See y'all later. All right.